This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 1361, Growing in Love, by Alex Curry from Appalachian State University. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to ORD for another one of our weekly bonus episodes. I'm your host and narrator, Greg Audino, and today I'm going to be sharing for you a post from Optimal Living Daily that I think you're really going to like. And it's actually an entirely different format than you've ever seen on any of our shows or heard on any of our shows. Rather than being from a book or a blog, this is actually an essay submitted for a course at Appalachian State University. It's a really great story that illustrates how love can grow between two people. And again, I think you're going to find it really enjoyable. So let's hear this post now and optimize your life.
Growing in Love by Alex Curry. For some people, it is incredibly hard to say, I love you. And for others, it is too easy. Some people say it to fix problems. Others say it when they don't know what else to say. Hopefully, we've all said it at some point in our lives to parents, siblings, spouses, and significant others. We hear it on TV, in music, on walks to class, drives to work, and nights out. Love has been diluted and is our own fault when we say, I love blank, like we say hello. I love that picture. I love that outfit. I love that drink. App, class, team. We have fallen in love with the inanimate. How do we find what it means to truly love? Can we reclaim the deepest sense of love? I've been dating the same woman for 5 years. Hannah and I met in 8th grade on the swim team of our small private school. I was a skinny, weird kid, and when I first asked her out, she turned me down. I know, strong start, kid. I tried again a few months later with more success. Over the next 4 years, we both grew up. A lot. We swam all 4 years of high school. We saw each other every day at lunch, in the hall, during classes together. We were inseparable. Now we're at college together attending Appalachian State. Hannah's studying hard to be a doctor. My plan is to go into law enforcement or public safety. We're busy. We both have less time for each other. And still, I can say without a doubt, I love her more than I did in high school. I also admire, adore, believe in, feel for, and respect her. Our time together has allowed these feelings to grow and become ingrained in our relationship. As I look back on our relationship, I can see the specific points where the seeds of these emotions were planted. I began to admire her when she told me she wanted to be a doctor. I feel admiration for her when I remember our first kiss. I've believed in her since she showed me how strong she could be while her mother underwent surgery. I felt compassion for her when she had to put down her childhood dog, Polo. I've respected her for showing me grace that I sometimes can't show myself. These moments make up our love. Neither of us can remember when we first said, I love you. However, we know it was too early to mean what we thought it did. The more experiences I share with Hannah, the less I say, I love you. Although this may seem like I love her less, I feel it shows I love her more. We both understand and appreciate the work, time, and sacrifices a long-term relationship requires. In college, we see people who want to get married after dating for a semester. I remember my father's sage advice every time I left the house for a date: don't do anything stupid. At the time, I thought he meant I wasn't supposed to act reckless. Now I see he was talking about much more than that. He didn't want me to rush into a relationship. Well, Dad has since stopped warning me. Maybe he thinks I've got it all figured out. I wish. As Hannah's and my relationship has matured, I've learned to understand and more fully appreciate what it means to say I love you, what it should feel like to say the words. When we say I love you, it should really matter and bring up all the positive emotions associated with a person and relationship. I'm not saying don't say I love you. I'll get to that in a moment. I'm saying don't set expectations for love that hasn't had time to grow. When you say I love you and those emotions and memories don't come forward, be patient rather than frustrated. I promise those emotions will come with time and the right person. We have to understand that while falling in love is accidental, people don't fall on purpose, growing in love is intentional. In order to find someone we truly love, we must connect with the people around us over more than shared interests in the weather that week. We must purposefully connect over each other's struggles, problems, and joys. Dr. John Gottman, a world-renowned psychologist known for his research on marital stability and relational communication, states that it's not our responsibility to be interesting, Rather, we are responsible for being interested in others, interested in another. As you share parts of your life with someone, both struggles and successes, you will both be able to look back and see when those emotions you associate with love first occurred. Connect over the intangible and incalculable aspects of life, pain, loss, joy, and elation. My relationship with Hannah has never been perfect, but looking back over the past 5 years, I have seen what it looks like to grow in love. Two people working together continuously, connecting and changing as life changes, growing together. You just listened to the post titled Growing in Love by Alex Curry. Funny that he mentioned John Gottman. Gottman.com is one of the sites we have permission to narrate on Optimal Relationships Daily. But anyway, thank you to Alex for his work and Dr. Patti for putting this all together. It's always a pleasure. Again, if you want to connect with Alex or read this in detail, come by oldpodcast.com and find this episode. I'll also have Dr. P's info too. And thank you for listening and being here and for subscribing to the show. If you're new here, it's easy and free to listen every day. You can have each episode sent to you automatically in the podcast app of your choice simply by subscribing, including in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, pretty much any app that plays podcasts. Just search for Optimal Living Daily and hit subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow with another student essay, so I'll see you there in the Friday show where your optimal life awaits.